This is Middle Class Matt from don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com and NC Sports Genius 1. And you can follow me on Twitter at NC Sports Genius 1. Twitter is actually one of the things I wanted to talk about today. Last night I watched the skills competition for the McDonald's All-American High School All-Stars. One of the things I'm best at here at don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com is high school recruiting. I'm able to see who is going to be the next great player, who's going to be good at the college level, and who's going to be good at the pro level. I talk about that a lot on the blog. I talk about that a lot, for example, with Austin Rivers. Saw Austin Rivers play before he ever got to Duke, and I was like, this guy's going to be a great college player, which he proved to be already. He would be probably a candidate for National Player of the Year if he was going to come back. But probably will not be a great pro player because he doesn't have elite athleticism. Now, is he going to be a good pro player? Is he going to start? Probably. He'll probably do that eventually. He'll probably be a 12, 15-year veteran in the NBA. But probably won't be an all-star. Probably will not be the next LeBron James or D. Wade or Kobe Bryant. So I'm able to sort of, put in perspective these recruits. Well, watching the recruits last night, I didn't see a whole lot of freak athleticism. Didn't see people doing dunks that just were wow. They didn't wow the crowd. So I didn't see that Blake Griffin, that LeBron James, that caliber of athleticism that we're used to seeing coming up through the McDonald's All-American game. Shabazz Muhammad did a good job. He had some pretty good dunks, and he won the dunk competition. He seems like he's a very athletic player. I watched, let me get back to Twitter. On Twitter, Kendall Marshall, Carolina, UNC's point guard, who hurt his wrist this year and can't play in the tournament. And because of that, UNC went down in the tournament of the Elite Eight. He was on Twitter last night talking about the dunk competition, and he wanted to see Rodney Purvis. Rodney Purvis is actually someone I have watched this year in high school basketball. Wasn't super impressed with him, but he is a good athlete, and it would have been fun to watch. I tweeted back, the reason he wasn't in there is because last night they have a dunk competition, and there's 3 girls in it. Now, girls really can't dunk the basketball well. I don't have any problem with the girls if they go up there and they do a windmill, 360, two-hand, pump fake, and jam it. I have no problem with them being in the competition. But the dunks, if you saw this competition, it was embarrassing that they tried to do. 2 of the girls that did it, and this is the kind of stuff that kept Rodney Purvis and other good athletes out. And I don't understand why the girls don't have their own dunk competition. Anyway, I digress. They go up, 2 girls go up and try to dunk it, and they have about 45 seconds to complete a dunk, and they get to do that twice, 45 seconds. 2 girls, they can't even dunk the ball. So we watched them try. I feel like I'm back in 8th grade with the boys before gym class trying to dunk a volleyball. Like over and over and over trying to get a dunk. I mean, it was embarrassing and no fun to watch at all. Not exciting at all. And I'm all for equal opportunity, but sports is about entertainment. I can't watch boring stuff like this. Like I said, it took me right back to 8th grade. I'm sitting there in gym class trying to watch the guys dunk. There was one girl who could dunk. She was pretty impressive, Brianna Stewart. She seems like she'll be a really great girls' college basketball player. She's 6'3", got really long arms, could play all the positions. She did a 2-hand dunk and a 1-hand dunk. But the way the announcers complimented her was really sexist, I felt like. They were complimenting her like, you know how when there's like a 3-year-old and he's able to throw the ball or speak and say things, anything that any normal human do, parents like get up and say, oh, you did such a good job. Well, that's what I felt like they were doing to her. All the guys on the team, on the men's team, could dunk better than she could, but they're giving her compliments. Now, the girls have skills that are probably comparable to the men's. They're shooting, even though they use a smaller ball. They're shooting, they're dribbling, they're passing, that kind of thing. But they don't have the athleticism the men do. And I don't think there's any reason to try to make it that way, that they do. But the announcers, Jay Williams was over there, former Duke player, the announcer, and just raving, giving her the compliments. And maybe ESPN told him he had to do that. He should be ashamed if he did that on his own. Because, like I said, it was really like complimenting a 3-year-old on being able to use the bathroom or something. I feel like the girls are good in their own way, And I don't watch girls basketball, but they have their own product, and it's different from the guys. And we shouldn't be trying to make it guys basketball. It doesn't have the athleticism. I can't watch girls basketball because it doesn't have the athleticism, and that's what I really pay and want to spend my time seeing. But Jay Williams is probably the worst announcer at ESPN, so I guess that's normal for him to say things like that. And that's not just because I'm a UNC fan. I think Jay Billis does a great job. But Jay Williams is terrible. And made terrible, worthless comments the entire time. But he really thought that girl did a good job. Anyway, it was boring. It was dreadful. I wish they wouldn't let the girls dunk in the men's competition anymore. This is Middle Class Matt from don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com and NC Sports Genius 1. I'll see you next time.